Yep, go ahead.
You wanna lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Come on. Ready? Go ahead. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Let's play ball. I don't have a recorder, so this is gonna be very important. I guess I did, sure. Can run it without that. All right. You ready there, Deb?
I'm ready.
So, Landy's not here yet, maybe you forgot. That was at 6:30, but Phil's out and Kim is sick, so. Motion to adopt the, agenda, I just have, make an amendment on, proclamation that Sally's gonna do, under new business, all right? Can I have a motion?
Make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to accept minutes of the meeting of January 6th, 2020. Can I have a motion?
Make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, aye. Let's just move right along here, guys. Okay? Motion to authorize budget transfers, appropriates and amendments, if any. There were, motion to pay, our vendors
I'll make
in
the
January
motion.
bills. Make a motion?
I made the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Whatever you want.
That's A, B, DB fund. Okay, motion to accept all correspondence, there was none. Public presentation, well, actually, I could put you underneath this here, Sally, if you would like to do. You put Sally under public presentation, and here is Mr. Better. So, proclamation that we are adopting here in the town. Unfortunately, Kim couldn't write it up, today for me, so if, Sally, would you like to read it for the month? Thank you.
African American History Month 2020. February marks National African American History Month for 2020. This year the theme is African Americans and the Vote. This theme coincides with several important historical facts, including the 150th anniversary of the 15th Amendment, which gave African Americans the right to vote. This amendment, ratified in 1870, prohibits the government from denying or abridging a citizen's right to vote based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. This year also marks the 150th anniversary of the first African American member of Congress. In 1870, Huron rebels from Mississippi served a one-year term in the United States Senate. There he fought for racial justice and equality. The 15th Amendment provided for voting rights to all men. It wasn't until 1965, with the adoption of the Voting Rights Act, was there a more forceful effort to remove barriers at the state and local level that denied African Americans the right to vote. The 15th Amendment was adopted at the time of Civil War Reconstruction in recognition of the abolishment of slavery and the service of many Black Americans in the American Civil War. Colonel David S. Cowles received authority on July 19, 1862 to raise the 128th Regiment, consisting of African American soldiers from both Columbia and Dutchess counties. It was organized in Hudson and mustered in service for the United States on September 4th, 1862. Men were drawn out of Columbia and Dutchess counties. After leaving Hudson, they would travel first to Baltimore, then New Orleans. In 1863, this unit was assigned to Sherman's division and recomplimented for the capture for the Gainesville in April of 1863. The 128th was also noted for service in the siege of Port Hudson. The leader, Colonel Cowles, fell during the siege of Port Hudson. The regiment returned with only 400 of the original 960 men and 173 recruits. Over 260 died in the service of the Civil War. This year, in Black History Month, we celebrate the efforts of the 128th Regiment and the importance of the 15th Amendment.
Thank you very much. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this proclamation, please.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So be. And I have to say, thank you, Mr. Better, you and I worked very hard on this here. Getting that done was one of my pet peeves, to make sure that we had it done, so. Do you wanna add to it at
Well,
all?
all I was gonna say is it was Patsy's pet peeve. She brought it to my attention, and I also will tell you that Patsy has brought to my attention and the attention of others that very shortly, it sounds like a long time from now, but in 2026 will be the 250th anniversary of America. You will start to see organizations and states and governments at the national level begin the process of preparing for 2026. You'll see things like USA 250, America 250. And Patsy Leader is the first supervisor in the County of Columbia that I'm aware of that brought this to my attention. And as a result of that, at the county level, there are efforts begun to get ready for 2026. The town of Kinderhook needs to be involved in that as well. One of the things that's going on is the historians of the various municipalities are meeting to talk about the kinds of activities that can go on. It won't just be in 2026. It'll go on for several years before this, leading up to that anniversary. And I appreciate Patsy Leader taking the leadership role in bringing this to our attention.
Thank you, thank you. I hope I'm hearing you.
All the reason to make sure she's here.
I still got my feet on the ground. Yes, well, thank you very much. Any other public presentations? All right, move to committee and departmental. I want to report the KISS program starts in 3/16 to the 26th of March. Also, I'll do my committee reports now. I went to the coalition meeting for Ichabod Crane. On their webpage, they put up all the health and wellness resources now, and they have the link set up on the school webpage finally, which I'm really pleased about. We worked very hard to make sure that was done. The new superintendent starts, Jason Thompson, started this week. I also signed, I've been a very busy girl this month, but I signed an agreement for shared services with the Columbia County MIS department to help us with some computer work or whatever, but we believe in shared services. I do believe that here. Columbia County Community Service Board reported, and that is a heroin and drug and all the programs and all the agencies, health and human services, that are involved in this here, rehabilitation, rehab, detox centers, and so forth. We just opened a 20-bed detox center down in Greenport. They also reported that 2019, to me it sounds like a lot, but there was 6 deaths, but it was lower than the year before that, thank God. In 2020 so far, we had 1 death of an overdose, and also 1 lived in the county, but was reported to have passed away in Albany, which that has to come back to us, but eventually it will. I wanted to also, family members and addiction support group, which is right up here at the Evangelist Church, Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. They run every Tuesday. It's a very good program that they're doing, and I'm gonna post that up. They also reported, because of the bail reform, that the whole bit of helping drug addicts and people getting out of jail a little bit earlier. So of course, it's lower. It's 52% low, so which is pretty good. I also wanted to acknowledge that Ruth Pianka, who was our historian, is getting the Martha Washington Woman of History Award in Washington on March 22nd. And I think we're all very proud of her, and I think it's a big accomplishment. And I have to say that when I got a notice from it from Washington the other day, I was just thrilled to death about it, and it's long overdue and well deserved, I feel. So, does anybody else have any more committee, business to go through? Well, I guess I had enough. Okay, public comments, did anybody sign the book for public comments?
Want me to make a motion that we accept your committee?
You don't
reports?
have to make a
No.
motion on that one,
Okay.
no. If you have questions about it, that's fine.
Nope.
Public comments, so what I'm doing is, that we have a book back there, it's a bound book type thing, that we are going to sign. I'm leaving it to 5-minute comments, and you sign the book, so we have record that you made the the comments, so we have the person's name correctly, and so forth. So that was one of the changes that I'm gonna do, and Miss Debbie Johnson is really adamant of keeping it 5 minutes. She'll give you signs or cards, like she did years ago on the board. New business, all right. More Nature Glen application, we have Kindle Boy Scouts for a yard sale on May 8th and 9th. I'm gonna put these all at once. Lady Clippers to use the gym, the Cub Scout pack for their monthly meetings, and the other Boy Scout room for the den meetings also. I would like to make a motion that we accept these applications. The insurances have come through. Most of them are, they're working out a lot with the Lady Clippers. I know there was a couple things they had to work out, there was too many people, so they are working out amongst themselves, but it seems to be okay. So I would like to make a motion that we accept their applications to use the building for those times.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, committee announcement, that is, oh, hi Andy, how are you?
How are you?
Good, you forgot?
I forgot. As soon as I heard you speaking, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
sorry.
That's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You're gonna have to do that, but we'll do that later. But okay,
Yep.
so we're up here, we just okayed that. So, committee announcement, that is something that I have, decided to start. And we're gonna start next month. It's gonna go called the Kinderhook Outstanding Citizen Award. And I have Stephanie Gardner, who is here. Oh, you okay?
Yep.
And Amy Feinberg, which are bipartisan type group, and they're going, I met with them on Saturday here, and they're gonna, organize it and present something. I'm not sure if it's gonna be every month, but they are going to put together somebody that will get this award from the town, and we will present it at our meeting here. So, that is something new, and I think we should start acknowledging some of our citizens in this town, no matter what they did, and be aware of them. So, it's called the Kinderhook Outstanding Citizen Award, okay?
Every month?
Huh?
Every month?
I don't know if it's gonna be every month, all right?
And
We
it's
do
a
have a
two-person
list already,
committee.
believe it or
Oh,
not.
okay, sure. And it's a two-person committee.
It's a two-person committee. I oversaw it and make sure, what they are, so
Are you taking submissions? Like-
taking people's ideas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have no problem with them.
I mean, are you coming up with your own, like, who picks who the person is?
They come to me and then I say yes or no, pretty much, I mean, everybody can come and pick whoever if they have someone's name to put into it, that would be fine too. But it really, I mean,
Is it like an online submission form, or?
no, nothing online, nothing online. You can get a hold of me with the town, at the town hall.
Patsy, I'm sorry, you said it was Amy Farmer and who?
Stephanie Gardner.
I'll stop it.
It's only come out front.
Right. Yeah,
So they can email you?
they
Is
can
that what they
email me
do?
here.
Can I just comment on that?
Huh?
Can I comment?
Sure.
Thank you for taking this on. And I think it would be good, because I mean, obviously they're gonna know just so many people, and if people can submit requests,
They
I think
can,
would be
yep.
a great citizen, I think that would be good, we should encourage people to do that.
We will,
Once
the
we get it
funniest thing
going.
is, it's just, once we get it going and everything else, it's something new, and I wanted to always acknowledge people in this community and what they've done. These, and, the funniest thing is, these people that I'm talking about have been in this community, if not all their life, part of most of their life, but they're very quiet about what they do.
Mhm.
But but they should always be acknowledged. And we acknowledge some people, but I think it's gonna be a little mix up of all kind, of people that have done stuff for the community, no matter what it is. But it's just something I wanna start, and I think it's good that we get out there and do something like that.
It's a great idea.
You know, and little by little, it's a baby step, it's, you know, that hopefully will be a big step. So, we have the format, the whole brochure, and the people will come here and we could take pictures and make sure that we get it all out there on, you know, social media and everything else for, as a town board, so make us look like that we care like we do, so that's why. Alright? So, after, next, item D is I have to go out to bid, 2020, all season body, and, for a truck, it's for a truck body. The bid will be going out soon, probably tomorrow, alright, we have it all ready, and, this is for the truck, right, Timmy?
Yes.
Alright,
The truck we put out for bid last month.
right, and this is for the body,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, Smart Climate Committee, he's not here unless, Ethan, do you know anything smart about outside? Is it cold? No, okay, I think it's nice, but, one thing about the Smart Climate Committee, I know, the mayor of Glacier has come to me on some stuff, and, Phil Bickerton has also, but we have a couple grants that are going out, to help with, lighting and so forth, but I wanna make sure it's the right grant, the one that you don't have to pay, and then they'll say, oh, we might give you money back, type thing, you know? They've been working on that, so his, committee met the other night, and I know they worked on it, they came up to my office the other day, and, we went over it, so it's just a matter of going over what grant would be the best for us to have. Seems like Phil has a little bit more money on his grant than Diane had on hers, so we figure whatever the best one is. And
Lighting.
for lighting. Yep, it's for the new LED lighting. Alright? So, we'll get back to you more on that. Public comments, I guess, again, here.
I signed the book, but I just thought it was a sign.
Well,
But I do have a comment, actually, as a public member,
is it public?
not a media member.
Oh, okay,
I drive my kids to KJ's, you know, out
Yeah.
there. It is so dark. And I know you've talked about the safety issue
Yeah.
by Golden Harvest. And it's the town all the way out to the Rensselaer line.
mhm,
So I just was curious,
it's
and
a
I know.
state road,
Oh, and you can't put lights
so,
up?
the state, believe it or not, I've had meetings with DOT last week, and the week before, and they don't wanna see, they don't see it, this is my issue, they don't see it, I said, you gotta come with lighting, it was, speed, I don't care if you say 30 miles an hour, but they're going 50 miles an hour, so I think if you, I was joking with the guy from DOT, once you say 10 and then they'll go 30, you know, because the speeding is terrible, we have it out here, we have it on Main Street, all over. So, but they don't see it. What I was gonna ask Andy to do is maybe draw up another letter to the state about the speed conditions and the lighting conditions on that. I have a couple seniors that have a real hard time with that too. I mean, and I agree with turning in.
KJ's.
You can't see
It's-
which
it's all
driveway.
the sign wasn't there.
Mhm.
It's so dark,
Yeah.
especially when it starts to get dark early, and everyone's coming home and you're turning.
Is it the entrance in the KJ's or just in general on that?
I think just on general,
general.
let's
It's just
stick
on
with
general.
I don't wanna throw them under the bus. But I think once you hit, the traffic circle is so well lit, and then you start going on
Right.
9 towards, you know, the county line, and it's just dark. I don't think there's any street lights, it was just home lights, or,
No,
there's
there's,
no light, there's the traffic light.
there's a street light.
Where-
There's street lights up by the firehouse, isn't there?
Oh, okay.
But see, it could be one side and not the other side. That's a lot, you know, that's a
I know
big
it's
problem. We have one side of the street and not the other side,
I just think lighting.
you know? But yeah, I was gonna have Andy try to let them know about that and bring them up to date about it.
Assuming it's gonna be pretty short.
But, I wanted to see.
Take a long video on this.
I mean, if it's diving people, I don't know if you know that, but at least yeah. I'm on public comment since I started at 6:30. If you have anything to say, there's a book to sign for a 5-minute, back there. Huh?
There's a book to sign in now, Ed, if you wanna speak, like,
Sign in.
Yeah,
just if you wanna, if you wanna
if you have a
speak.
public, if you have public, so then we all,
We always do.
huh?
I've been coming to these meetings since what, 93?
I don't know.
Never signed in.
I know, so I'm a woman, I can change anything. I changed my closet the other day. Still not fun. But I have agendas, and we just did a proclamation about American, Black History Month also. Sally read it. Kim is out sick, so she couldn't put it in the format type thing for me today, so we did that earlier, and I gave her that, alright? And then you want me to bring you up to date on other stuff?
You don't have to slow the meeting down for me. I didn't know you were starting at 6:30.
Yeah, I said it last month, and it's been on the webpage and
I'm sorry.
announced, huh? That's okay. That's okay. Andy for the
I
one.
forgot too.
I don't feel bad.
Did you sign in? Well, I don't have to sign in.
He's not gonna say anything.
But, public comment, okay, did you have anything, because I'll take a 5-minute just for you, Ed, because,
Well, I appreciate that. Well,
You know?
Well, part of what I think I'd like to say is informational. And here a week or so ago, I attended a meeting, it was held by DEC, and this is up in Gilderland. And they
Yeah.
gathered together, members of CACs and EMCs, and they had the meeting up there. So I was asked to say a few words with respect to what we're doing here in Columbia County. So if you don't mind, maybe I can read them real quickly.
okay. Do you mind, your board?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
If you go back far enough, one of the ones had to do with air quality and outdoor wood boilers. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
That was a bit of a discussion. Then we investigated records regarding fire at Columbia County PCB treatment facility and issued a report. There's a lot more to that. I'm not going into that. Advised communities along the Glacier and Kinderhook Creek regarding Dewey local treatment plant outflow. Sounds timely, doesn't it?
Huh?
Sounds timely.
Yeah,
Establish a combination of local media to run environmental articles off of EMC members. Increase community input by adding a representative from the Columbia Green Community College to the CCEMC. Did that, which I thought was a great thing to do. Should have been done a long time ago. Partnered in the creation of a natural resource inventory of Columbia County, which I think some of you should have received copies of that. No, you didn't receive a copy of the Columbia County Natural Resource Inventory?
no, I didn't.
Oh, boy, okay. Good, good,
Did you?
good one.
Did anybody on the board? No,
Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry about you.
yeah.
Good, good.
Cause let me tell you, I've been faithfully reading every little piece of paper and email and,
It's about this thing. It's really terrific.
okay.
First time ever for Columbia County. Studied the disposition of solid waste recyclables in Columbia County. Proposed the county government with unanimous support of the MC that expanded polystyrene sale and use be prohibited. Boy, that went a long ways.
No,
Provide annual recognition of pro-environmental actions by residents. Anyway, that's just,
on the Dewey landfill, they are making some strides over there with some acknowledgement on cleaning it up and so forth.
Yeah.
They have people actually, testing a lot further and a lot deeper into that, and it's going very well, and it's just a matter of getting the CAG group and New York State, and so now they're gonna all meet together with EPA, the CAG group, some members of the CAG group, not all of them, and, really get into, they are doing a lot up there. We've been corresponding like crazy and so forth, so they're working hard.
You know, they've been testing water from there for a long time.
Well, what they did was they moved this certain areas and found out other sites that they had to go, but of course, it's a common sense, you know, gravity, things move, comes down, and so forth, and I walked it, I think it was about 6 months ago with some people, and I was showing them, I said, this is that, you know, and they weren't, the sad thing is that these people wanna get on these committees, but, or whatever it is, they're not familiar with the area, or what's going on, and where it was, and how it was. You know, and thank God it was myself and some other people that were very familiar with the area, how it started, where it was, where it stopped, what it looked like. It's different now, so now they have actually succeeded to change it. You know,
Do you remember where they were, so it sounds to me like they were sampling in different
they're
locations.
sampling, besides where the dump site is,
Okay.
they're going over to where there was a natural pond area, and I can't remember off the top of my head where it is, but they have done that, they're doing that, and they have blocked off that waterway coming down, and it's totally across the street, I call it that way, it's across the way and up.
Oh, up, so it's not south, it's north.
Right,
more north.
so it was, right, so that's what they're doing, and I mean, very impressive, and they're working hard, you know, it's like anything else, you know. You gotta jump through 1,400 hoops just to get one answer, you know, but they are very diligent, you know. We're very fortunate here with our water right now, so it's been doing very good, so thank God.
People get very concerned, I guess.
Well, there's still, the houses are, you know, they give them a filter a month, that's not a long one, that's not, thank you so much.
So you have it in the facility itself, the treatment facility?
No, but they give homes a filter, people's in their homes a filter,
Okay.
you know, and I just,
Would you drink the water just because it went through a filter?
no,
Not me.
I didn't even cook with that water. So, but they are working very hard, you have to commend them.
Oh,
The
yeah.
CAG group over there is working extremely hard with the EPA and state, so,
That's great. Thank you very much.
you know,
I appreciate the response, Patsy.
yep. Trying. Just one old lady, remember that.
I guess I'm one old man.
Yes, you are. That's all right. Do we have any board comments? Anything? Okay, media? You good? Okay, good. We have to go into executive session, for litigation, I know, and for personnel, so, other than that, we're good.
Are you planning
I'll
to do
make it,
anything? Are you planning to do anything after executive session?
No.
After?
No, right?
I don't think so.
Should we announce that or no? Just get the brush pile going up again? and-
Yeah, I mean, you could announce that.
I could announce that the brush pile contract, we negotiated, me, Andy, and the company, and it's all, signed, sealed, and delivered, so, which is good, huh?
Yeah, so the mulching's gonna continue in the same location for another year.
And instead of 6 inches, it would be 8 inches in diameter for trees.
Yeah, I know it's not appropriate, I guess, at this point to ask a question. So they, they closed, that they no longer taking material out of that landfill? This is a Troy gravel one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not accepting any material right now. They will start up again on the 15th of March.
Yeah, I think it's
believe
15
it's-
of March.
I'm talking about taking the gravel out, so they stop.
That's long been
Okay.
done, yeah.
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 So, okay, so I make a
We just
motion.
need a motion in a second.
Okay, need a motion to adjourn to go into executive session,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.